What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another weather forecast here by Adrian's Weather Forecast, and this will be another upload here. And this is going to be on the potential for an upcoming winter storm that will most likely occur later this week here into the weekend hours. So we're really watching out for potential system that can bring some significant snowfall totals across the Ohio Valley, and once again another snowstorm for the Northeast here. So we're looking at more snow for the Northeast potentially this week with this system here. Again, still, it's not for certain to occur. However, models have been showing it for quite a while here. So I thought I might as well go ahead and talk about it. But we're going to be seeing who can get the heaviest snow based on what we have so far, who can get just rain, who can get ice, timing wise, accumulation, all that throughout this video here. And if this continues to be a trend, I will continue to talk about the snowstorm throughout the week until it actually happens here. But if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. And as well, if you have any questions, be sure to put them in the comments below and I'll do my best to respond to them. But without further ado, let's get into the forecast. So this is a look now at what we have so far for the National Weather Service. So as you do see, we still have a few of those windstorm warnings and advisories that have been issued by the National Weather Service across portions of the Northeast and New England, finishing up from Winter Storm Cade. So we have a few winter warnings there in the coastal regions, like areas like coastal Massachusetts, the whole state of Rhode Island, coastal Connecticut, and as well coastal New York, including Long Island here, and as well coastal the northeast coast of Maine as well has a windstorm warning here. So we're still looking at the big coastal event here where we have those heavier totals on the actual coast, and the advisories are still in place for areas like Worcester, Massachusetts, Boston, more inland areas like New Hampshire, upper Connecticut, even portions of southern New York there, just outside New York City here, and up the coast of Maine, of course. So we do have still a few people under those warnings and advisories, and right now we also have a few advisories across the South Central, a few advisories there across the Ozarks there, in Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Kansas there. And as well, those advisories stretch as far west as areas like the Kansas border with Colorado and upper Texas. A few warnings are in place in the upper west here. A few warnings there outside Yellowstone. A few warnings there as well in upper Idaho, and a few warnings there those higher Sierra elevations there, and in Washington as well. Some high wind warnings are in effect here for the Colorado Rockies, and as well the Wyoming Rockies. So definitely have to keep in mind some really strong winds here, maybe some blizzard conditions with a few gusts here. But let's go ahead and check a look now what we have for this potential upcoming snowstorm. So this storm is most likely going to start by anywhere from late Tuesday morning here, or around, I guess you could say, early Wednesday morning throughout Wednesday afternoon here. So you can kind of see, we will start to see as it's colder rushes in the United States here, of course, from that massive Arctic blast, and any low pressure that moves into the region will most likely convert into frozen precipitation. That's exactly what's going to happen here. We have a few spots that could actually see some ice across areas like the Ohio Valley there near Kentucky, Missouri, Illinois, and as well as southern Indiana. And as the storm continues to make its way to the east, it will kind of gather more precipitation and moisture to create a lot of snow here. So you can kind of see a big ice threat will be in place across areas like the Ohio Valley, right off the Mississippi, or right off the Ohio River, and as well looking at some snow to the north of that low pressure, and as well to the northeast of that low pressure, where we will be seeing some snow developing there. Another storm for DC, potentially another big storm there as well for the northeast. Even some snow now in place for Indianapolis, maybe Springfield, Illinois, St. Louis may get some snow, all depending on that. And there you see that big storm does moving now to the northeast here. Gonna be a big soaker for areas like the southeast by late this week here by Friday, as well as some big time snow for areas like Washington D.C., Baltimore, Upper Virginia, portions of the Mid-Atlantic in general, as well as getting into New York City. So another storm. This will actually be the third storm. This will be the second storm this month already for New York City there, and you see with kind of a backside, another backside here, so we can see some snow as well. Areas like Chicago, another snowstorm there for areas in Wisconsin, as that colder does continue to get a lot worse, where we will be seeing high struggling to get into into regular digits. They're going to kind of stay sub-zero here. But some snow now as well. Detroit, another wave there for Columbus, areas of Indianapolis. So this could be a very widespread storm from the Midwest there, portions of the Ohio Valley, all the way up to the northeast. But look at this. I mean, it may actually not only be a big snow event, but maybe even a big ice threat for areas like DC there, areas as well, Baltimore, and as well going to be a big storm again for New York City, maybe the coast of New Jersey. Atlantic City has been seeing quite a snowy past few weeks here. And there you see by now Friday, the storm's still occurring across areas like New York City here, across areas like the New England region, into areas like Hartford, Connecticut, areas like Philadelphia, Pittsfield, moving to Albany, of course, and Burlington, and then moving into areas like New England. So it really becomes a big threat really Thursday across mid Atlantic as that cold air does rush in. But again, it's going to be a lot more widespread by, I guess, Friday and early Saturday. There you see extremely heavy snow from the Great Lakes up to the East Coast here. So it could be quite a significant event for Detroit, Toronto, Cleveland, just much to this general northeastern region in the Great Lakes here. I mean, not only just areas like Lake Huron and Erie, but as well all the way into areas like Lake Superior and as well Lake Michigan may actually get some affected by this heavy snow here, since it will be kind of two waves of this snow basically. I guess you could say that the first wave right there, and then we got that second wave that kind of connects, and that what really makes it a lot of a more significant snowstorm there. But you see, could be another big coastal event here. Areas like Boston, Foxborough, areas near Cape Cod, Newport, another big significant storm maybe for Long Island. And then, of course, it'll move up the East Coast here, but we'll definitely see maybe another slight snowstorm, maybe some lake effect snow moving in by next weekend here, or this weekend, technically, the day following the snowstorm here. So it will be maybe a very long track storm, not like long track, but it will last a lot longer than what we saw with areas like Orleana or what we're seeing with Kate. Obviously, those are more fast moving. So this can develop as early as Wednesday, and it really won't end all the way till Saturday. So it will be bringing snow for a lot of areas for a very long time, such as DC, New York, areas as well near Boston. But we're definitely have to see as well for areas like the Ohio Valley. But let's go ahead and check now what the GFS has to say. So the GFS, of course, has this developing in the next 66 hours here by, of course, this Wednesday. There you see it's going to see that snow to the north, and then that mix and freezing rain and sleet where we had that freezing line there. But it will become a lot more widespread now by later Wednesday in the evening hours here. So some snow potentially for all the way from upper Missouri, stretching to areas like Virginia here. But it could be quite significant for Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Columbus. Of course, it could be very significant though for like Cincinnati, I guess ice wise. So we could see some very dangerous ice that will be sticking around for a long time period across areas like the Ohio Valley there, and areas like Cincinnati, Paducah, Evansville, Louisville as well, and that heavy snow to the north there across areas like Columbus, Indianapolis. It could be another nice storm for you guys. Areas into Pittsburgh could be some nice snow, but that ice is going to stick around for a while here. I mean, we're talking maybe a 24 hours of straight on ice. So definitely has to really keep in mind here. And we may have some snow on the backside of that low pressure in the same areas that got really heavy ice. So this snow could accumulate quite easily across those areas here, across the Ohio Valley. So that's what the GFS has had. That's what the GFS has for the upper central United States there. So we're going to be watching at that Wednesday time frame. Kind of sticks around. Not going to be a very fast moving low pressure again. There it is, 1,018 millibars, 1,016. Kind of just stays there for a while, and that's exactly why we may see actually some big time flooding across the southeast. But let's go ahead and look now what they have for the northeast. So this is what the GFS has for the next 84 hours getting into Thursday. So there you see that snow very widespread across the whole Ohio River Basin there, as well stretching into areas like Pennsylvania, into the Virginias, and even Maryland there. But that snow is going to start really reaching New York City by Thursday evening there. You can kind of see that nice, or Thursday morning, I guess you could say that. Thursday morning across areas like New York City there, the tri-state region. You could see some very significant snow across areas like southern Pennsylvania. So looking at some snow, some good snow possibly for areas like Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and there you see that snow is becoming a big threat by Thursday afternoon. Extremely heavy snow potentially across the tri-state area. Another big coastal event there, and there you see that ice more to the southwest, where we will be seeing kind of two low pressures, which kind of allows for this to be very large. You got one here, you got one here, so that's kind of allowing for this widespread range of frozen precipitation there. Two sources there. And there we get now to Friday. That snow really becoming more of a coastal threat now. So not only are we gonna like see a coastal event for a while here, but as we now get kind of see it by Thursday, it's kind of as well a big inland threat. But now getting to Friday, it does move more towards the coast here, like areas like Annapolis, like Atlantic City, areas like Cape Cod, areas even getting near Richmond here. So definitely it's gonna be interesting by Friday, and then this really could even end until really Friday afternoon, Saturday morning here. So definitely widespread. So have to keep in mind location and accumulation. Again, this will change a lot between now and Wednesday. And not only that, but now into Friday when the storm kind of starts to end in the northeast here. So accumulation is definitely a key here, especially low since the low pressure will be moving quite slow. Definitely could actually have some very good accumulation of ice and as well snow. Even not even that, but as well flooding could be a big threat across the southeast. So this is a look now at what the European has to say for areas of the U.S. Corn Belt. So you can kind of see we're gonna be seeing some snow across areas like Kansas, all the way, of course, to the northeast here. So this is all the way by Friday here. So this is kind of when the storm obviously is already over. It's way out of the Midwest by then, but you can see it's gonna be very widespread. You can kind of see that snow. It's gonna really start accumulating here. So really, the main areas that are actually gonna get hit by the main storm that we're talking about this video is gonna be really be these areas here. So anything west of this line is really any kind of different. It's a different small storm there. But Indianapolis, for example, we may see actually near half a foot for Indianapolis. May see some significant snow across areas in Ohio. But look at this. We may see some higher snowfall totals actually near the actual Ohio River Basin, like Cincinnati, looking at 4 to 8 inches of snowfall here. Like at southern Illinois, may get around half foot as well. So Chicago could actually add even more snow to what you guys already have already on the ground here. Maybe 4 to 5 inches there. Milwaukee may see an additional 2 inches. Detroit, you guys may see anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of snowfall. So it's going to be a very widespread event here across the Great Lakes here. Toronto may get anywhere from maybe 3 to 5 inches of snow. But you can kind of see as it gradually moves eastward, snowfall will actually increase as it'll kind of obviously strengthen. That low pressure will strengthen here. But looking at maybe some snow across Kentucky, southern Illinois, maybe even as well near St. Louis, may get anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of snowfall. Upper Missouri around anywhere from 6 to 8 inches. Kansas City, you guys may have a significant snowstorm as well, 3 to 4 inches of snow. So it's going to be something very widespread here that we'll have to keep in mind. But definitely, this can kind of be really the area to watch for some decent snowfall, or this is kind of the area to watch for some decent snowfall accumulations here. So gotta really watch out for the Ohio River Basin there, right in Cincinnati, maybe even Evansville, Louisville as well. Gotta watch out whether you guys can see ice or snow or both. So if you guys like are right on the you guys are right on the Ohio River, then it's gonna be really hard to actually give you a good total because you guys may be around the freezing line. Whether to the north you get heavy snow, to the south you get rain, so you kind of right in the middle there. So it's gonna be really a hard scenario to actually give you guys good accumulation totals if you're like off the Ohio River. But this is the reasoning. Look at this. The GFS has a big time snowstorm across areas like the actual Ohio River. Looking at maybe 9 inches for Cincinnati there, up to around. Again, they're kind of agreeing here. GFS and the European are kind of agreeing here for areas that we may see our heaviest snow. So here's GFS, there's the European. So you can kind of see a similarity here, a big similarity here. But obviously the GFS moves it way more to the south into areas like Louisville, into areas like Evansville, but maybe half foot for Indianapolis. May see up to 7 to 10 inches there across southern and central Illinois, as well as northern Missouri here. So obviously you're gonna really watch out for areas like Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, and Kentucky, really for the actual good accumulation. So it's got to really watch out here because it will change quite a lot. But in general, we kind of have an area that where malls agree that this is kind of going to be the area where we will be seeing some accumulation, and not only accumulation but some good accumulation across these areas. But let's go ahead and check a look now at the European for the Northeast, and you see they're showing some big time snowfall totals here. And just look at this, pretty significant. Again, not all this, not the numbers we're actually seeing isn't actually what this whole storm is going to drop. Because obviously we have some snow coming in. This is kind of the snow we have left to come for a case. So it's really going to be maybe just kind of take these numbers and maybe take away anywhere from 3 to 5 inches here. But this is what we have by the end of end of Saturday. So this is kind of, sorry, this is actually by Saturday morning. So by the time the storm's over. So there you see that snow stretching all the way from the Great Lakes here, all the way up to areas like Nova Scotia. So we may actually see some big time snow for areas like DC, up to a foot of snow potentially for DC by the end of Saturday from the system here. May see up to a foot across coastal areas. So this actually may be even a bigger coastal event than what Cade was. So that's actually pretty impressive to say, because Cade was a pretty significant coastal event for New Jersey, as well for areas like Virginia area. So it's gonna be maybe another big coastal event. So we're gonna be seeing a lot of snow that areas don't usually see, like in a small time period, like DC, Atlantic City, Dover, Wilmington, Long Island, all the way to areas like Cape Cod. So looking at maybe 9 inches across much of Pennsylvania and across the Northeast here. So we're gonna be seeing some really good snowfall totals here. And as we gradually go near the East Coast, it'll be more significant than it is in the Great Lakes. But may see around a foot according to the European for DC, another maybe a foot for Baltimore. You're looking at really good snow totals near a foot for Philadelphia, an additional maybe 9 inches of snow by Saturday. But I'm saying by Saturday because New York City still has a few still a few inches left to go from Katy. So maybe you guys may get 7 inches, not a full on 9 from this actual snow, but Boston a foot. Cape Cod maybe another 14 inches. So really looking at a very significant northeastern storm. But again, this will change a lot by the next 3 days here. But GFS once again showing a big coastal event like the European. You kind of see coastal New Jersey, Long Island. Look at these totals; they're kind of very similar here, except GFS actually has them higher. So for once, GFS has higher totals than the European, getting up to 17 inches near Philadelphia, an additional half a foot of snow across the DC region, around a foot across generally southern Pennsylvania. There maybe 7 to 9 inches across State College, Allentown maybe additional 8 to 14 inches. Look at Atlantic City and may get near additional half a foot. Cape Cod, coastal New England may see an additional half foot as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe and see you guys later.